Although Parliament has retained most of the official power in the United Kingdom for centuries, the British royal family still reigns supreme. This is never more evident than when one of the family members celebrates a milestone, such as a royal wedding or a birthday, or mourns the loss of one of their own. So, who are the royal family? What is their net worth? Where did they get their money from? And how do they rule? Stay tuned. The British royal family's wealth should come as no surprise. After all, the whole concept of royalty is linked to wealth for most of us. According to Forbes, the royal family is estimated to be worth $88 billion as a group due to physical properties, such as the family's various private estates, art collections, and, of course, Her Majesty's valued jewels, as well as the more ephemeral value the royal brand delivers to Britain. When numerous properties that belong to the king but cannot be sold are considered, Forbes estimates that the firm is worth an eye-watering $28 billion. The Crown Estate is worth $19.5 billion. The Duchies of Cornwall and Lancaster are valued at $1.3 billion and $748 million, and Kensington Palace is worth $630 million. Buckingham Palace is one of the royal family's most valuable residences, with an estimated value of $4.9 billion. According to a study, it would take the average British home buyer 44,000 years to pay off their mortgage. The 775-room palace is one among the assets kept in trust by the Crown Estate, even though it formally belongs to the incumbent monarch. Anyway, how much money does Queen Elizabeth II have? Well, her fortune is estimated to be worth roughly $530 million. She received many personal funds from her father, King George VI. This is an independent source of money for her that is not derived from British taxpayers. Among her holdings include the Balmoral Castle, $140 million, and the Sandringham Estate, $65 million. She also owns stud farms, a sealand, and her jewelry collection. But is she, however, the world's wealthiest queen? Yes, but she isn't the wealthiest monarch. That honor goes to Sultan Hassan of Bolkiah of Brunei, whose net wealth is reported to be $30 billion. However, you might be astonished to learn that the world's oldest stamp collection, which she received from her grandpa, is one of the Queen's most precious assets. The Royal Philatelic Collection is worth $134 million. But what about the rest of the family members? How rich are they? Camilla Parker Bowles. She has been married to Prince Charles since April 2005, purportedly without a prenuptial agreement, and is estimated to be worth $5 million. She is described as a gentle, modest woman who carries her own money. She devotes most of her time to charitable activities, including health and well-being, literacy development, and assisting the less fortunate. Princess Beatrice. She has worked full-time in the corporate world and devotes a significant amount of her time and energy to various causes. Among her patronages include the Berkshire Community Foundation, Broomwood African Education Foundation, English National Ballet School, and Forget-Me-Not Children's Hospice. Her estimated wealth is said to be in the region of $10 million. Princess Eugenie. She got married to Jack Brooks Spank in Windsor Castle's St. George's Chapel in October 2018. Her estimated $10 million fortune is split between trust funds established by her grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, and her great-grandmother, the Queen Mother, and a trust established by her divorced parents. She also has art history and English literature degrees and has worked as an associate director at an art gallery in London. Kate Middleton. Kate Middleton's estimated fortune is said to be in the region of $30 million, but her enterprising family has an estimated wealth of $50 million thanks to their company, Party Pieces, which is a fraction of the British royal family's net worth. Her grounded character and impeccable fashion sense have turned her into a revered international superstar. Prince William. Prince William is the second in line to the throne and the eldest son of Prince Charles and the late Princess Diana. A substantial amount of the future king's fortune, said to be $30 million, stems from a $12.3 million inheritance from Diana's estate, which William received on his 30th birthday in 2012. Prince William worked for East Anglian Air Ambulance as a helicopter pilot despite his royal family's wealth. The prince now works full-time as a royal after donating his whole $62,000 annual payments to charity. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The family will remain family, even though Prince Harry and Meghan Markle no longer formally represent the Queen and will no longer use their official titles. When Markle married Prince Harry in May 2018, she became a royal family member. The former Suits actress' net worth has increased from an estimated $10 million in April to $60 million today. This is due to several initiatives she and Prince Harry are working on, including a $100 million Netflix production deal and an $18 million Spotify podcast deal. Prince Charles. Prince Charles, the next in line to the English throne, is reported to be worth $100 million. As the future king, he has access to the Duchy of Cornwall's resources, covering Charles and his children's public, private, and charity expenses. King Edward III established the Duchy of Cornwall in 1337, and it now encompasses over 130,000 acres of territory. And now you're probably wondering how much the British government pays the royal family. Like most things relating to the royal family, the answer is complicated. The royal family is compensated with a combination of public and private funds, on top of hereditary wealth, a sizable real estate holding, and other assets. The majority of Queen Elizabeth II's and her children's annual income and expenses, and those of the late Prince Philip, come from the public sovereign grant, the private duchies of Cornwall and the Lancaster. Since 2012, the Queen's formal duties and the costs of maintaining the inhabited palaces have been covered by the sovereign grant, a government-managed annual lump amount. Funding for the sovereign grant comes from a share of the revenues of the Crown Estate's income. According to CNN Money, the Crown Estate is a collection of United Kingdom homes and farms that earn hundreds of millions of pounds each year. The entire sovereign grant for the 2018-2019 fiscal year was £82.2 million, about $106 million in US dollars. However, neither the Queen nor her family will benefit from that sum. £32.9 million has been set aside for resurfacing of Buckingham Palace, which covers the royal family's duty-related travel expenses, payroll, and other staff costs, and keeps the lights on. The Privy Purse includes the Queen's actual income, and the sovereign grant is an expenditure account. Her estates are also included in the Privy Purse. The Duchy of Lancaster, which is a portfolio of land, property, and assets held in trust for the reigning monarch, provides the Queen's income. The Privy Purse received almost £20 million, around $26 million, from the Duchy of Lancaster in 2018. While the Queen uses some of this money to cover extra expenses, Queen Elizabeth II also uses it to provide a salary to her 3 children, Prince Andrew, Prince Edward, and Princess Anne, for their extensive schedule of royal engagements worldwide. But do they get to live a luxurious lifestyle as state icons? The Duchess of Cambridge, often known as Kate Middleton, is a global fashion star and is unquestionably the most glamorous member of the British royal family. She has a closet full of stylish accessories to go with her fabulous wardrobe. Her most expensive possessions include an $850 mulberry Darley textured leather shoulder bag, which she apparently possesses in many hues, and a $2,195 Cartier Pasha Cartier watch. And when it comes to cars, Prince Philip once possessed a 1954 Aston Martin Lagonda 3-liter Drawford coupe, considered one of the world's rarest cars, and is estimated to be worth $640,000. To blend in with the crowds, Queen Elizabeth's husband bought an environmentally friendly London taxi in 1999, which he later donated to England's Sandringham Museum in 2017. Prince Charles is also a vehicle enthusiast, and according to People magazine, he owns a rare 1969 Aston Martin Volante DB6 MK2, driven by Prince William on his wedding day in 2011. The Hagerty Insurance Valuation Tool estimates a similar car in mint condition at $497,000. The family also enjoys dining out. Prince Charles, Camilla Parker Bowles, and her son and daughter-in-law were seen in London's Mayfair neighborhood in September 2016. It's unclear what exactly they had at the seafood restaurant, but deep-fried haddock costs around $26.50, and a fillet of wild sea bass costs around $53. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were also seen leaving Soho House, a premium members-only restaurant in West London, for dinner in February 2017. But how much does funding the royals cost British taxpayers with this kind of lifestyle? To be honest, not much, at least not collectively. According to Fast Company, it cost the average British taxpayer 65 pence per year in 2018. So, it's less than $1. Even though the cost increased by 41% in 2019, according to Business Insider, the average taxpayer still pays the equivalent of a cup of coffee. Well, what are your thoughts about the royal family and their lifestyle? Is it as glamorous as it seems? And are they still in power? You should click on some of our other videos on screen if you enjoyed this one. You won't be disappointed. See you there.